Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a demonstrator here in Australia, and I wanted to show you something cool today from our new catalogue. This is our new catalogue that was released June 1st. It's beautiful. It's my favourite we've had in a very long time actually. And what I'm looking at today is on page 76 and 77 of our catalogue. Here we go. All these beautiful blue and white things. For me it reminds me of like China or oh, I can't remember the name of it right now, but willow or the beautiful china that my mum used to drink her cups of tea out of. But it's just beautiful, and there's all these gorgeous samples. These are the dies. These are called, down here you can see there's a set. It's the Floral Phrases stamp set and the detailed Floral Thinlit dies. So these are the detailed dies that we're using. This is the stamp set. I'm not actually showing you the stamp set in today's video, but these two are sold as a bundle, or you can buy them separately. So you can buy just the framelits for $49, or the stamp set is available in either wood or clear. As a bundle, you do save 10%, so that's a really great saving. There's also washi tape, these beautiful papers in 12 by 12 size, also the matching navy twine. So just lovely. They're just gorgeous and delicate and just create the most beautiful things, and you really can't go wrong with them. So I wanted to show those to you. They're gorgeous. If you're wanting to make a purchase, feel free to jump over onto my website and purchase those. The details are in the comments below. But there are 3 pieces to the dies. There's these really intricate little designs. I've also got some here on my big shot. I've got this one ready to go, and there's also a third piece that is a cutting edge. Okay, and I'll show you how that works in just a moment. I've already gone ahead and put the cutting edge through, and I'm using the precision plate with this. I find for the really intricate dies I get the best result from the precision plate. You can use your standard plate or the thin die adapter. That works really well, but you'll need a shim probably with it. I find I don't need anything extra if I'm using the precision plate. I do, however, not trust anything to fade, and I run it through and then back. Okay, so I find, just a word of advice while I'm running this through, that if you are going to use the precision plate, you want to actually, I keep a separate set of cutting plates, these clear ones, especially just for the precision plate, and I only use it for my really intricate dies. This one particularly, and also the Blooming Heart die, which is a similar sort of intricate design, work really well. Now you can cut any of your thinlits with, or any of them with the precision plate, but over time your accompanying plates start to warp. You can see mine's been well loved, but it's got a slight bend to it because I've been using it with my precision plate. So I only use it for the dies that I really want to have that extra help with, and then I keep a set of nice straight dies to use with my regular magnetic plate and my thin die adapters. So I find that works really well. Now when you put this through, I am just loving using the little die brush that we have available. It comes with its own little foam pad, and there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can do it with your die still attached, or you can prise it off and then run it over your paper. I actually start by doing it with my die still attached, and the reason I do this is because it not only separates it really easily, but it means most of the work is done by the time I peel it off, and sometimes all the work is done. So let's just see how we went when I pulled that off. Oh, pretty good. Alright, so you can see all the little pieces are here, and I can pop those in the bin over here. Okay, but actually there's actually almost nothing left to do. Alright, just a quick little run over it. If you go gently on your paper, also by doing it while the metal is still attached, it protects your paper too, and you don't have to worry that you might rip anything with your brush. Mind you, I'm pretty happy with that. I do keep a little pokey tool handy, right, just in case anything gets left behind. In fact, there's just one there. There you go. There you go. All done. Alright. Now, to make this card, which is what we're doing, okay, I've got a couple of different samples to show you, but this is the one I want to show you today. This is so easy to do. And to make this one, you're going to need one long strip. the width of your choice. Okay, now I found that just chopping a piece of A4 cardstock, or in the US it would be letter size cardstock, straight in half was exactly right. That gave me, if I'm using A4, a 10.5 centimetre wide piece. Okay, you can see it's the same width as this one. I'm just using a darker grey cardstock because it shows up a little better. And then I'm using the full length. Okay, so then I get my cutter. Now I'm using, you can use a scoring tool for this. I'm just going to use my cutter, which has a scoring blade on it, and I'm going to pop this in, so you don't even need to measure it. And I'm just going to do that slightly inside with my scoring edge. Just make sure you don't do what I do and sometimes accidentally use my cutting edge, because that gives you a whole different result. All right, and then that little line there is now formed, so that I can fold that over very gently, and I've got the piece all done. You can see how easy that is to do. Right, so I also measured a piece for the white insert inside. Now this is 1/2 centimetre less in width than my 10.5 centimetre piece, or if you were using inches, I'd say 1/4 inch less. So if you had a 4 1/4 wide piece, you'd do a 4 inch wide piece. Okay, and that's going to end up here. All right, just right there. So that means that when I go, I'm going to bring my big shot back in. If I line my paper up so I've got a little bit of a mat all the way around and put it back down here, now I can put my small piece just beyond where that should go. The other option is you could also score and then do it, but in this case I'm doing this and then scoring. Now the thing I love about the cutting edge is it does both the small piece and the large piece, so it doesn't matter which side you're using, it will match both of them. And you just want to line that up on there like that. Now if you're unsure about this staying in one place, my suggestion is pop a post-it note over it, because that will stop it from moving. But I'm not actually worried about that. I'm just going to pop that through, and I'm going to run it through the big shop machine. So through and back, just to be safe. Probably don't really need to do that. The other thing I like to do is, first of all, the cutting edge works perfect every time. I like to double check that my big shot has completely gone through before I pull it off the paper. And if I'm not completely sure, like I'm not 100% sure that's all the way through, I'm going to run it through again, just to be safe. But the precision plate works so well, I probably didn't really need to, but I just don't like to tempt fate. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Everything's gone crooked. Okay. Right. So once again, bring my die brush in and the foam mat, rub over it. Let's pull that off. There's a bit more to go. You should be able to get a feel for how easy that is. I love the die brush. I think it's a great investment if you're doing a lot of intricate or small detailed dies. It's going to be your best friend. It's awesome. All right. So then I bring my scorer back in, and same as I did before, I'm just going to put my scoring tool down there, move that out of the way. My suggestion is to probably run a bone folder along these to make sure you get them nice and flat. But now you've got the basics of your piece. Okay, yeah, definitely a bone folder. I should have grabbed mine before I started. Now this piece will fit right in the middle. Okay, so I can just nail that straight down, but you should be able to see how easy that goes together. You can have it going either way. You could have a word across the middle here. I really love this beautiful silver satin ribbon, and I think that looks really, really nice with the grey. Doesn't it look nice? It's very elegant. You can see this one exactly the same, except I did it in a lighter colour. This is the smoky slate, this is basic grey. So that, other than that, they're exactly the same. I'll put that one together when I'm done. I'll show you a couple of quick things that I also did with this die. This one is the large piece and the the small piece. I could have done them up the other way. It really doesn't make any difference. And all I did was I didn't cut the edge in the middle. I left a gap, which is where I stamped my word. And in this case I've embossed it in silver, and I also added a few diamantes to the middle of some of the flowers, which I thought looked pretty. And this is the same die again. This is just the small one on a small square card. Okay, and I just did a small piece here, a strip of silver, a little strip with one of the words from the matching stamp set in the middle here. And actually you may not be able to see it very well, but there's also a stamp along the bottom there. Or I could have used a piece of washi tape, which might be a little bit more, might stand out a little bit more, but I quite like the subtle stamp on the background there. So there you go. That's the Detail Floral Thinlit dies. I love them. I think they're beautiful, and you will use them time and time again. Beautiful for elegant cards, lovely for weddings and other special occasions. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye bye.